All right, let's talk about something pretty wild. How do you go from having $0 to your name to building a real, solid financial plan in just 9 weeks? That's exactly the journey we're diving into today. We're going to follow a high school junior as they go from being totally dependent on others to basically becoming the CEO of their own financial future. And yeah, they start from absolute zero.
So, where does this whole thing kick off? Right here. A big round zero. For most 11th graders, that's what their personal income looks like. And hey, that's not a bad thing. It's just the starting line. But that one number, it sets up this huge learning curve. Because you gotta ask, right? If you're not making any money, who's picking up the tab for everything?
Well, the answer is something called subsidized funds. It's kind of a formal term, but what it really means is all that money from, parents or guardians that keeps your world spinning. We're talking about the phone bill, transportation, your lunch, all of it. It's like this invisible river of cash that pays for everything. And the very first step in this whole process is to make that invisible river visible.
Okay, so just when students are getting a handle on their day-to-day costs, bam, the curriculum throws in the big boss battle. You could totally call it the villain of this story, the big 4 college costs. You know them: tuition, room, board, and all those books and supplies. Put them all together, and that's where you get that terrifying sticker price for college.
And this is where it gets real. The students are hit with this question right after seeing those numbers. It's not about making them panic, not at all. The point is to light a fire under them, to make them really feel that huge gap between where they are right now and that expensive future they're dreaming about. It's all about creating that aha moment. So you see this giant gap? How in the world do you cross it? Well, you build a bridge, 1 week at a time. The whole journey kicks off with the basics, like net income and expenses, but then it quickly gets into the nitty-gritty, like digging into financial aid and actually building a draft college budget. And it all leads up to the grand finale in week 9, the final presentation, where all those puzzle pieces finally click into place.
Now that final presentation, it's way more than just a spreadsheet. It's about telling their own financial story. They have to connect all the dots, right? From their starting point of zero income and living on those subsidized funds, all the way to their dream school and its actual costs. They lay out their whole funding strategy and, this is my favorite part, they have to share the #1 biggest, most surprising thing they learned.
The pitch is super focused, just 5 minutes, broken into 3 key parts. Part 1, get real about the cost, no sugarcoating. Part 2, show us the plan. How are you actually going to bridge that gap from zero? And Part 3, and honestly, this is the game changer, they have to commit to changing one spending habit starting now. That's what takes this from a school project to a real-life change. It's so powerful.
Okay, so after the presentations are all done, the reflection begins with this question, and it's a big one. It's all about measuring that shift, that move from feeling total anxiety about the sticker shock of college to actually feeling prepared, feeling like you're in the driver's seat. Because let's be real, it's not enough to just have a plan. You need to feel empowered by it.
Then they hit them with this one. And wow, this question really gets to the core of the whole thing. It forces them to think about the difference between a need and a want. Because that line gets real blurry when someone else is paying. But the second you are the one paying for it, man, that line becomes crystal clear. Every dollar you spend on a want is a dollar you can't use for a need. It's that huge mental shift from being supported to managing it all yourself. And finally, they bring it all back to the here and now. A summer job isn't just about grabbing some cash for fun anymore. Nope, it's a strategic move. This question makes them link their brand new financial plan to a real, tangible goal for the summer. Suddenly, that summer job has a mission, a real purpose. And this is how the whole 9-week journey wraps up. It's not about a final grade. It's about this statement. Think about it. They started with the scary reality of having zero income, and they finished by creating their very own roadmap for the future. They've gone from total uncertainty to having a clear path forward. And that's a skill that's not just for college. That's for life.